rabbis of yesteryear. Now, the Hebrew date is Chet Kislev, the 8th of Kislev. It marks the Hilula of a really great rabbi, Rabbi David Pipano Z'tl, Tzaddik Livracha, one of the great rabbis during the heart of the 1800s and early 1900s. He would become a chief rabbi of Bulgaria, a prominent rabbi in Turkey, and also in Greece in various different places in of itself. He would write great Torah books, including the Avnei HaEphod, the Choshen HaEphod, really great Torah books in of itself. Much of it spent much of his time at the time when the Ottoman Empire was in control, especially of Saloniki, of Greece, modern-day Greece. Let's explore some of the highlights of the great rabbi's life. Now, he was born in English year 1851, to be precise, on the 19th of March, and he was born in Saloniki and came from very great rabbinic heritage. His father's name was Rabbi Abraham Pipano, and he was part of the great dynasty in of itself, of a great family that I believe originated from Spain in its original form hundreds of years prior to it. I believe his father was passed away on Chav Chet Yad. This was back in the Hebrew year Taf Resh Mem Chet. Now, his grandfather was also a great rabbi, Rabbi Aaron Pipano, who passed away in Saloniki, I think back in the Hebrew year Taf Resh Chav Chet. And I believe the father of his grandfather was another famous rabbi who hopefully we'll speak about at one stage, Rabbi Chaim Chanoch Pipano, who passed away back in the Hebrew year Taf Kuf Ayin Tet. So really great rabbanim in of itself. From his mother's side, he also came from great rabbinic auspices. His, let's just say, I believe the grandfather of his, on the mother's side, happened to Rabbi Shaul Molcho. I believe we actually did a video before with regards to this great Chacham. He was a great darshan, and very much did a lot of great Torah work. So he was a Talmid also of the famous Rabbi Yehuda Kobo, who happened to be the author of the great Torah colossal work called the Yoda Ya'aleh. Now, I believe we actually dedicated an entire video with regards to the Kobo dynasty or rabbinic family in of itself. When he was only 15 years of age, he would start writing various different halacha, Jewish laws in of itself in, let's say, a textual form, inside the booklet, pamphlet form in of itself. He would write many great rabbis who would start becoming a darshan and posek halacha. And I believe come what the year 1877, he would be appointed as a rabbi. He already at that stage had the rabbinic ordination, and a chazan of a great kehila, Torah, Jewish kehila, in Saloniki respectively. And this was very much a great position he had. I believe he took this on, this mantelpiece of a position, for many years. He was, let's just say, I believe he held this position till the year 1899, being rabbi and chazan of this prominent community. Now, it's interesting also, as well as being a rabbi in of itself, excellent rabbi, he would print many different great Torah books. And especially in the year 1893, I believe there was the book, the Avodat Hashem, of Rabbi Shmuel Matalon, who happened to be another great rabbi over there. He was very much part of that. In the year 1897, the Ein Mishpat of Rabbi Avram Levi, and various other different great books of that specific area in of itself were printed. So he was engaged in printing also these great books. He was editing them to the highest level, so really dealt with Rabbi Shmuel Matalon and Rabbi Abraham Alevi, and very much proofread these very Torah, great, let's say, books of Yesir, which is still very much, let's say, expounded on today. I think in addition to these books, there was a Rashba's responsa, which was part of it to some degree, if I'm not mistaken. That was something very much, I think that he was editing those. And these are, I recommend everyone to check out these great books in of itself. Now, it's actually interesting. While he was doing a lot of work within regards to printing and within regards to the rabbinic work and the chazanut work, he was organizing various different charitable organizations, helping the needy in Saloniki in of itself, and was, let's just say, working alongside various figureheads in the Jewish community in those areas, including Rabbi Yaakov Kobo, who happened to be a great rabbi, part of the Kobo, famous Kobo dynasty in of itself. Also other great figures, including Yehuda Nechama, who he himself, I believe, maybe we've spoken about him on various, he was a great, let's say, man of the congregation itself, worked in chinuch, the educational field in Saloniki. There was Shmuel Simcha, and various other people, including Moshe Alatini, Shaul Modiano, Shlomo Parnandes, and Veshalom Sias, really great people in himself. I think, this was actually occurring, all these different, I think that he was part of the organization in the year 1874 called the Tzedakah V'Chesed, which was, I think, established at one stage in time. I think the summer of 1890, unfortunately, there was a big fire that unfortunately prevailed in Greece, in Saloniki, and many people unfortunately, sadly, lost their homes. This was reported over, and Rabbi Pipano would actually help in regards to the rebuilding project in itself. So many people at that point, it was a devastating time, let's just say, and he was among a group in the community of dignitaries who, were involved with building housing for the people that lost their houses, and very much helped the people resettle in themselves. Then I think, the year 1899, he was appointed a rabbi of Sofia. This happens to be, I believe, the capital of Bulgaria, and this was involved many different responsibilities, many great position in of itself. The year 1914, I believe the chief rabbi at that point in time, Bulgaria, Rabbi Mordechai Ahan Fries, I hope I pronounce his name correctly. I believe he passed away at that point in time. And at that stage in time, there was a big changes being taken place in Bulgaria. Let's just say, in of itself, there was a lot of different factors to grapple with themselves. The Zionist movement, let's just say, in of itself, actually did form and was gained huge popularity, I believe, at that point in time. And unfortunately, I think Bulgaria entered the First World War in the year 1915. So much of the community activity in of itself, unfortunately, ceased at that point in time because of the situation of the war. I think 1920, this was 5 years after that, there was various heads of the communities decided to try and appoint a chief rabbi. And interesting enough, but I think the year 1922, and after a year, there was no official chief rabbi. Rabbi David Pipano was officially appointed as the chief rabbi, and it's a position, I believe, that he held till December the 5th in the English year 1924. That was the 8th of Kislev when he passed away. He was eventually buried. He was buried in Sofia. Now, much more can be said. You can see how very well traveled this great rabbi was in of himself, and it's many of the rabbis, when they eulogized him, they paid him the highest compliment. I'll say on this matzeva, it says a very important, let's just say, text in of itself, which hopefully I will try and attach these words here on the description of the video. So he was very great and held at the highest esteem in of itself. He was survived by his wife, Rabbanit Sonia. I believe it's actually interesting, left great descendants also they did, including, I think, his daughter, Rabbanit Dona Salmona. And also he had the son, Albert, or Abraham, we can say in Hebrew, and Meir Pipano. Great people in of itself. So that's something interesting. So he left those great descendants. He had a huge library which contained very rare manuscripts, I think especially belonging to the Sofia community in himself, the Bulgarian community in himself. I believe his son, Albert Pipano, was one of the leaders of the Association for the Establishment of a Jewish Library in Sofia to perpetuate all these great books, all these great teachings from the, let's say, the Jewish community of Sofia in of itself. The Haguda Lakamat Sifriya Yehuda Dit Besofia. Very interesting enough. Now, Rabbi Pipano wrote many great Torah books in of itself. We said that he proofread a lot of books, and let's explore some of the books, including the Hoshen Ha'efad, which was printed in Saloniki in the Hebrew year Tafresh Nun Aleph. I think later on in Sofia, also in Bulgaria, Tafresh Ein Hey. It was a shut. It was She'elot and Shuvot, question and answers book within regards to the topic of Hoshen Mishpat. Then there was Avnei Ha'efad. This was, I think, printed in various places, especially in Sofia. This was various different teachings, questions and answers within regards to the Even HaEzer, Very, very interesting enough. I think later on it would be called the Meluim Le'efod, if I'm not mistaken. Then there was a Noseh Hefod, which was another great book in of itself, printed in Sofia, I believe, in the year Tafresh Pei. Then the Chago Hefod. This was in Sofia, printed in the year Tafresh Pei. It was Chidushim, teachings, with regards to the book of the Even HaEzer. Very interesting enough. I think it was dealing with in regards to Simcha, Gittin, in of itself, and various different important Torah books, and I think he had also within regards to like materials within regards to, let's say, the Toldot of the Rabbi Saloniki, the rabbis of Saloniki, respectively, which is important. And then there was a biur al Sefer Chinuch, an explanation, expoundation on the famous Sefer Chinuch, which was printed in Jerusalem in the year Taf Shin Nun Chet. So he was very, very involved with many great Torah works in of itself. Had a huge library, you can see, of great books. Among his generation included various other great rabbis, including the famous Rabbi Morris Greenveld, if I'm not mistaken. He happened to be, I believe, a chief rabbi also, if I'm not mistaken. He was very great. There was Rabbi Simon Dinkovitz, who he was very much corresponding to on many occasions. I think he himself happened to be born in Poland, and he was working very much in Austria, so he was corresponding with him. And Rabbi Mordechai Ahan Fries, who we mentioned about just beforehand, happened to be, let's say, head rabbi in Bulgaria also, respectively. So he was very well corresponded and very well connected with many of the great rabbis all over Europe, all over these different places, which maybe we haven't mentioned so much inside this channel in of itself. So a great rabbi that very much worked in Greece and in Bulgaria, a chief rabbi of Bulgaria over here. He passed away on the 5th of December in English year 1924, I believe. He was 73 years of age. He passed away 100 years ago from the time of recording. Please, friends, don't forget to light candles in the great rabbi's memory. One of the great rabbis, one of the chief rabbis of Bulgaria, who we've mentioned, and absolutely amazing. Friends, we are a community here. We've covered already inside the series more than about 530 great rabbis of yesteryear. If you happen to be related to any of these great rabbis we've spoken about, please send me an email. I'd love to hear more with regards to great Chachamim and your family in of itself. Very, very exciting. I really appreciate it. Please like and share these videos. We are a community here. We're growing together. And wishing all a Shavua Tov. Just came out of Parashat Vayetze this Shabbat, this week, and wishing you blessings for this week coming. So take care, everyone, and be well.